Greetings. In today's interconnected digital landscape, the power of our words and images reaches further than ever before. Yet, with this incredible reach comes a growing apprehension. Do you ever find yourself worrying about inadvertently excluding, misrepresenting, or even unintentionally offending segments of your diverse audience through your word choices, the imagery you select, or the underlying assumptions embedded in your content? This subtle but pervasive pain point is the quiet fear of causing harm despite genuinely good intentions. A fear that can subtly or sometimes overtly lead to self censorship, messed up, content paralysis, or a gnawing sense of anxiety every time you hit publish. It's a struggle many internetpreneurs face, often in isolation. The reality of inclusive content anxiety, a modern dilemma. We live in increasingly, mess that up too. Let's start over. We live in an increasingly aware and interconnected world where conversations around diversity, equity, and inclusion are not just prevalent, but essential. This heightened awareness, while ultimately positive, can inadvertently place immense pressure on content creators to get inclusivity right every single time. The fear of making a mistake, of being publicly called out or criticized, or of having our well meaning message fundamentally misunderstood can be truly paralyzing. This anxiety isn't trivial. It can manifest as a block that prevents us from speaking up on important topics, sharing our unique perspectives, or even creating content altogether, ultimately stifling innovation and authentic connection. It's a paradox. The desire to be inclusive can, ironically, lead to silence. The mindful solution: embracing inclusivity as a continuous practice of learning, respect, and openness. The mindful solution to this pervasive anxiety is to fundamentally shift our perspective. Instead of viewing inclusivity as a rigid destination of unattainable perfection, we must embrace it as a dynamic, dang it, as a dynamic, continuous practice of learning, unlearning, and growth. It's about, messed that word up. I'm looking at two words. That's why. It's about cultivating a deep seated commitment to doing the necessary research, consistently leading with genuine respect for all individuals, and perhaps most crucially, being openly and authentically receptive to feedback when, as is inevitable, we misstep. This approach acknowledges our shared humanity and the complexity of diverse experiences, understanding that growth comes from humility and a willingness to adapt, which leads to how it can all be done with these mindful practical steps. Mindful practical step one: conduct a comprehensive content audit with an inclusivity lens. The first tangible step towards more inclusive content is a thorough, critical self assessment. Take the time to systematically audit all your existing content with an explicit inclusivity lens. This means reviewing every facet of your digital presence, your website, all your social media profiles and posts, your email newsletters, and any other public facing materials. During this audit, pay close attention to several key areas. A. Visual diversity. Critically examine the diversity of people represented in your images, videos, and graphics. Do they reflect a wide range of ages, ethnicities, body types, abilities, and gender identities? Are you inadvertently perpetuating stereotypes or creating a visual landscape that only caters to a narrow demographic? B. Accessibility features. Access the accessibility of your content. Are you consistently utilizing alt text for all images, providing captions for videos, and ensuring your website design is navigatable for users with various disabilities? Accessibility is a cornerstone of true inclusivity. C. Language and terminology. Scrutinize your language. Are you using inclusive language that avoids gender specific terms when a neutral alternative exists? As an example, they instead of assuming he, she, or team instead of guys. Are you sensitive to cultural nuances and avoiding jargon or expressions that might alienate certain groups? Are you using person first language? Example, person with a disability instead of disabled person. And D, assumptions and biases. Reflect on the implicit assumptions embedded in your content. Are you unintentionally catering to a specific demographic without realizing it? Are your examples and scenarios universally relatable, or do they inadvertently exclude certain lived experiences? Once this comprehensive audit messed up. Once this comprehensive audit is complete, make a concrete plan to respectfully address any identified gaps. This isn't about shaming past content, but about a forward looking commitment to continuous improvement. And that leads to mindful practical step two: cultivate a diverse and compassionate feedback circle. One of the most powerful tools for fostering inclusivity is to invite external perspectives. Actively cultivate a diverse feedback circle composed of a few trusted individuals. Mess that up. A few trusted individuals from different backgrounds, lived experiences, and cultural perspectives. These individuals should be people who can gently and constructively review sensitive content before you publish it. The goal here is not to seek validation, but to invite compassionate feedback that helps you identify potential blind spots, unintended messages, or areas of insensitivity that you, as the creator, might genuinely miss. This proactive step can prevent misunderstandings and public missteps, transforming potential pitfalls into opportunities for learning and refinement, which leads to embracing a learning mindset in inclusivity, the path to authentic connection. Embracing a learning mindset means liberating ourselves from the impossible burden of needing to always get it perfectly right on the first try. Listen to how many times I messed up already, okay? I accept that. It's no biggie to me. Instead, it's about accepting that we will inevitably make mistakes. I've already mentioned that. That our understanding will evolve and that our commitment is always to do better next time. This isn't a passive acceptance of error, it's an active commitment to continuous growth and improvement. Inclusivity, at its heart, is about fostering a genuine sense of belonging, making everyone in your audience feel seen, valued, and respected. When you lead with authenticity, humility, mess that up too. I'm trying to read the whole sentence at once. Okay, distorted my memory. Let me start that one over. When you lead with authentic humility, an unwavering willingness to learn from feedback, and a transparent commitment to doing better, your audience will not only notice, but will also deeply feel the compassionate intention. This builds trust, strengthens community, and fosters a truly engaged audience that appreciates your authentic efforts. So, in closing, your next mindful step: the journey towards creating truly inclusive and compassionate content is ongoing, but immensely rewarding. It enriches your content, broadens your reach, and cultivates a more connected and understanding community. As you reflect on these insights, consider: what mindful step However small, will you commit to taking today or this week to make your content more inclusive and compassionate for your audience? For more actionable strategies and insights on building a mindful, ethical, and thriving online business, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content from the Mindful Internetpreneur. Your engagement helps us continue to empower creators like you. Thank you for watching and for your commitment to making the digital world a more welcoming space for everyone. Stay mindful.